What the fuck? My mic wasn't on? What the hell? Hello! How are you doing, God? I know, I am late. I went out to eat and time passed way too fast. And I'm like, shit. But it's fine. Period. But yeah, I went out to eat, and now I'm here. I hope you don't hear any noise. Some of my housemates are cleaning, and specifically they're cleaning the rooms in the hallway. Well, actually, my room is like right next to the laundry room, so they're cleaning the laundry room and the hallway that the laundry room and my room is in. So I hope you guys don't hear anything, and I hope they don't walk in. If they do, I will be muting as fast as I can, because y'all don't need to hear that. But yes. So if there are any moments where I go quiet and you see me looking this way, with my mic muted, then that means that my housemates walked in. Yes. When was the last time I streamed? Last week. Yes. I hope everyone's Father's Day was good, whether you celebrated Father's Day or not, or if it was just a regular weekend. Work for me wasn't the worst, but it was still busy. Not as busy as Mother's Day. Obviously, Mother's Day is busy. But Father's Day wasn't bad. It was pretty long hours, but they weren't stressful hours. So that was good. See, I'm a lot. Yeah, Father's Day wasn't too bad, and then I worked today, which wasn't too bad. I did whole cakes today, and I don't do whole cakes often, so I made sure that today I did them as efficiently as I could, because I did whole cakes last week, and it took me forever to do them on a Monday, which should not have happened because Mondays are pretty slow sometimes. So today I made sure that I was as efficient as I could be. I did better than last week. I could be a little bit more efficient, but that is okay. I finished before the slices were done, so which was really good. Because usually whole cakes should, well, not usually, but whole cakes usually are faster to make than cakes for slices, because you have to do the cake and then cut them and then decorate them and then wrap them and then refill the case and then box them up for extra, so the front of house people and the baristas can stock them up when their display is running low. And so that usually takes a while, other than whole cakes where all you gotta do is decorate them. Decorate, and then put them in the bag. Yeah, because usually they switch them out, but that's like easy. Yes. So I feel I did pretty good today at work. And I'm off the next 2 days. Yeah, so my schedule changed, which is not a surprise. I kind of wish I was still off Thursday, because I haven't been off on a Thursday in a hot minute, but you know what? It's fine. Because I still get my 2 days off, and they're both together in a row, so I can't complain. Yeah, so I'll have people trickle in once I want to start. Well, let me post my tweets now, because people will know. And I do need to post this in my Discord too, just to have everyone know. Because I want to promote this as much as I can. So that's in my Discord. And I will post this. I'll post the tweets and Blue Sky post now. sorry. I am doom scrolling on Twitter. Never fucking let me scroll on Twitter. Jesus, all I do is doom scroll. All I do is doom scroll. But I have stuff up to show you guys. Once I have people trickle in a little bit. So now I'm a little late Central Time. I'm an hour late, but that's fine. When am I ever on time? I should start being more on time, but today I couldn't help it. Okay, we were eating good food, and I'm gonna try my best to stay awake and not fall into my food coma because I eat more than I usually do on a regular day. I'm eating more than I usually am this entire week. I'm not eating as often as I should, I guess. I'll eat like very quick in the morning because I don't wake up early enough to have a proper breakfast in the morning before I go to work, because I start work at 6 o'clock in the morning, and I wake up an hour and a half before I have to go to work. So, I mean, that's on me. Okay, well, my alarm has me wake up an hour and a half before I have to go to work. And then I snooze for another 30 minutes. And then I'm in my... and then I'm in my bed for another 20 minutes. So that only gives me 40 minutes to get ready, get dressed, and eat before I have to drive to work. And usually I'm late, but they don't reprimand me for being late, which is good because I'm at work anyway. I showed up, and I'm usually only like 10 minutes late, so that's not even that bad. I should start trying to get to work decently on time though. And I got my cell lights to work. I don't know why it was off last time I streamed. That was weird. But they work now. They work. Oh! It does! Do you work tomorrow? Yeah. What words? What was I just talking about? What works? What was I talking about with what works? I was talking about work. Oh! That's right! Sound alerts. My sound alerts were offline last time I streamed. For some reason. I don't know why. But now it works. I made sure to check that it was online. Okay, no, that's Vincent coming in, okay? That is how short of memory me and Vincent have. That's real life Vincent at work here. You get him this, he'll be talking about one thing. He gets distracted for a second. And he will forget instantly what he was just talking about. Vincent! Please. All these OCs are coming to try to bother me for a reference sheet. I know. They know that fucking art fight is in 2 fucking weeks. Art fight is in 2 fucking weeks. They're trying to fucking give me the hurry. I still have to finish Hano's reference sheet. I need to lock in. I need to lock in. Am I doing art tomorrow? Is art tomorrow? Yes, art is tomorrow. I want to finish Hano's reference sheet tomorrow. His should be pretty easy. I'm only gonna do a front view. Cause like what he's wearing is sad, but it kind of represents him. But also, like, do I give him a different outfit? I don't know. Do I give him a new outfit? I don't know. Because what I have him sketched out to be wearing is an oversized shirt and shorts, right? And that is to represent how like skinny he is, because he is not well taken care of. He does not take care of himself, and so he's very thin, he's very frail, skinny, very weak. So I kind of wanted to display that in his reference sheet. So I was gonna put him in like baggy clothes to contrast his thin limbs. But maybe I should just give him, maybe I'll give him 2 outfits, huh? He'll have the baggy outfit and he'll have a new outfit. But what would Hana wear? Also, do I sound... Is my mic any different? I turned off my noise suppression, but I turned on my noise gate. I want to do a stream where I have you guys help me test out my mic features. Do I want a new mic? I don't know if I want a new mic. My mic right now works. You know, if it ain't broke, then don't fix it. And it worked. Could my quality of mic be better? A static? Okay, that's for my PC. Okay. Good to know. So what if I do this? What about now? Hi, Dandelion! What about now? You don't hear it anymore, right? No more? Okay, so my noise suppression... It never puts me in the right place. But why? Why don't it put me in the right place? Boop, boop. What? No! Why? You can't even see the spray bottle! Why you put the spray bottle on me now? I'm not even playing the game yet. Once I'm in the game, then that's a valid reason. But yeah, while I fix this. Why? What? Why? Why does this happen? I need to fix... Whoa! That's been a while! Wait! I just asked that before stream because I saw it and I'm like, the wee cat. Wee. Ah! Oh my god! Everything's not like lined up anymore. I'm not playing the game yet. This lasts for 3 minutes, by the way. Well, so, since people are trickling in, first of all, I hope your day has been good. I hope your Father's Day weekend has been good, whether or not you celebrated Father's Day. I hope your weekend was good in general. Today, I will be playing, how do you pronounce this? Asphodelium. Asphodelium. And I want, let me pull up the image. No, I'm stupid. Image. I will be playing Asphodelium. The creators reached out and gratefully provided me a Steam key to play it a little early. And so, of course, this is right up my alley. And so, of course, I have to play. I was going to write out a script, but I did not have time. So let me leave this here on screen while I read their fact sheet. So, it's a melancholic boys love visual novel about cults, killing, and killing cults. My call to look drops now, I'm sad because I'm not on call now. Because of inactivity or of service. So if killing and cults and killing cults are not your thing, I would put up a print, but I would prefer the link to the Steam page to be pinned first, preferably, but it is in the title. It's a dark boys love visual novel. It is, you can play it, you can get it from Steam and itch.io. The link to the Steam page is the pinned comment. So you can click on that and wishlist it. The full game, I do have a full game. The game comes out June 18th in 2 days. Yippee! So if you're interested in what you see today, you can go ahead and get it on Wednesday. Asphodelium is a melancholic slice of life boys love visual novel about your past confronting you. The main character, Hazel, is an ex-adventurer who settled down with some of his previous guildmates after the adventure of a lifetime, taking down a doomsday cult that tried to end the world, but at the cost of killing their former guild leader who turned against them. Despite their adventure still haunting him months later, he's tried to move on. That is, until a man with the same face as their guild leader approaches him. You killed him before. Will you keep him on the right path away from his cult, or will you make the same mistakes again? This story is about cults and killing cults, and being in love. There is one love interest, 2 main story paths to walk. Every story has branching paths. And it's over 60,000 words long, so I am in it for the long run. And I do actually want to finish this game. I probably will not finish this game today. But I do want to play the game in full on stream for you guys. A little bit about the devs. Their team is called Crystal Gameworks. They are a visual novel development studio founded in 2018 that focuses on making feminine romance games. and they hope to create ultimate games and visual novels where players will fall in love with the characters. I love it! I love it! On my Discord, my Twitter, and my Blue Sky post, I have I can't add them on Discord, but on Twitter and Blue Sky, I have added the devs' Twitter and Blue Sky page, so you can go give them a follow if you so please, and check out the other works. And obviously, VOD viewers, I will be linking the game and their social medias in the description below. And they do have their own website, actually. Cool! Oh, there's more about their... I do have Discord! Discord! I do have Discord. There you go. I do post occasionally in there. You will see me post my art, any short form content I do there, TikTok short videos, whatever bullshit I want to make, and post on the internet, and post my digital my digital footprint. I want to try to post more, but it's personally hard for me because I don't talk in Discord servers on the norm anyway. But the only exception is Starkly's online. I'm just gonna fucking call him Stark. With the exception of Stark, because for some reason, something about that man brings out like the unhingedness in people, even in JD a little bit. So there's something about his Discord makes me feel like I can post whatever I want in there. And get pretty entertaining reactions. But see, that's the thing. It's weird, right? I feel like it's just because it's your Discord channel, so you kind of have expectations for yourself. But then with the friends, it's like, it's not my channel. It's not my Discord. So I can kind of post whatever I want. But I want to post a little bit more. But also I'm not the kind of person to ask like, hey, how are you guys? In a general chat. Wait, what? I think for now. Oh, yeah, they lowered everything, I think in May or in May or early this month. So yeah, it's like, yeah, grind. I think for now, I never use it, even the voice chat. I only use the voice chat when I play with Zai and friends who are only in my server. Because it's kind of hard. Like for example, it's like me, Zai, my friend Grim, and then another friend. But my other friend is not in Grim's server, but everyone is in mine. So I usually say, hey, since we're all in my server, instead of making a group chat, let's just hop in my server because making group chats. It's too much. I have too many group chats, damn it. But yes, self-promo. Pause. More about the devs. Crystal Game Studios. Yes, they're an indie video game development studio that specializes in queer fantasy visual novels that focus on various forms of love. Most of our projects are modern fantasy games inspired by shonen, anime, and manga. We're fans of otome, boys love, and girls love games, and want to bring more fantasy romance games to the market. Although our studio was started in 2018 with the release of the game That Which Binds Us, I clicked the link. Our first commercial otome, various members have been making games for years. Our current projects are Asphodelium, which is coming out in 2 days. Crimson Waves of the Emerald Sea, Amaranth Moon, a Victorian vampire otome. Ooh. When is this one coming out? Okay. And Lost Loon, a queer post-apocalyptic visual novel about a hellish world set in an eternal winter. Wow. What? That timing could not be any more perfect. What? That's that was perfect. Hello, Margaret. Thank you, Stitchers. Yes, marker. My marker tool lets you guys marker anything that you want me to clip later if you guys are not able to clip it in the moment. Because I know some people cannot clip stuff, but if you think, oh my god, that's such a good clip, I want to clip it, but I can't. Exclamation marker will do the trick. Because then it will let me know to look back at that moment. Because you wanted me to see it. Because clipping on mobile such as, and some people are busy on PC, but who they can't clip right in that moment. But yes, oh my god, I am gonna have to clip that after stream. That was perfect. Yes, Lost Loon. Let me look. I will have to check out their other games. Oh my god. Our most recent main project was Canvas Menagerie. I wonder if I have seen any of these. I don't think I have. These are all pretty new games I have not seen before. A wholesome boys love visual novel about a group of actors navigating their mid-20s together. We also run various events like the annual Otome Game Jam. They run the Otome Game Jam? Really? That's so cool. Went to Visual Novel Jam and the Steam Festival Otome Games Celebration. Wow. But yeah, if any of that sounds interesting, check them out. Enough yapping for me. Let me load up the game, and let's get into this. Library. Care package. Oh, I do need to stand up. Let me switch scenes, and you guys I can do some audio checks. I will be talking a lot. I will be. I have a mango pineapple slush with crystal boba that I grabbed before I left from eating food. Boop. me! I'm on the right spot. No! Okay. Is this good? No, it's not. Well, I am standing. Hold on. Let me see. Oh, that's okay. I'll be generally about here. Okay. How... Oh. Can you guys hear the game audio? No, you guys cannot. Okay. Let me stand. Stand and stretch. My back hurt. Oh, I gotta mute this. Oh my god, hold on. Oh my god. Oh lord! Alright. Thank you for the lurk. I love my lurkers. I love all my lurkers. Because I'm a lurker too. That should be okay. I know I should try to chat during streams, but it's like... Sometimes they don't need me to talk. That should be okay. Hopefully it's not cutting out anything with the black bars. Let me know if anything is cutting out. My phone is charging. Hopefully it's 77%, so it should be good. Let me check game audio. How's the game sounding so far? I don't want it too loud. It looks like, based on OBS, it might need to be louder. What about... I'm louder? How about now? Any louder? Oh, there's a delay. Let me wait. How's this? Is that okay? Should I put it louder? I feel like sometimes when I watch my VODs, the volume is so quiet, but that's just me. I'm deaf too. Okay. Maybe bring it up a little bit louder. That should be okay. Hopefully. I don't know how the sound effects will be. More? Maybe that's okay. Because I can always turn it down on my side, because my headphones have volume control, which will not affect you guys. So make me turn it up as loud as you guys need to, because I can turn it down on my side. But that looks like it should be okay. Text speed. I like my text speeds fast. Let's just do that. Sound volume can stay where it is right now. Okay. I kind of hoped a good call. I go as for having 65 to 70%. My audio mixer, it's not half percentages. I don't think audio mixers have percentages. I just kind of go with the decibels that I do not understand, but but the voices should be in the yellows. That's all I know. I wish I changed my pants. Because I am still in my work pants. And they are not comfortable. Because I came home. No, I got off work. And then I went to go eat with my friend. With carrots. I went out to eat with carrots. And then I got home. I turned on everything and I started. Well, I lie. I was making my tweets and getting all my things ready to talk about, and then I went live. So I did not change, but you know what? That is okay. Maybe I will change midstream on like a bathroom break or something. At least my pants into like shorts or something like comfortable. But it never happened. Also, I have a drink. Have that wall. That night, my phone for chat. Make sure do not disturb is on. My volume is off. Wait! I bumped the mic, sorry. Oh lord, there's so much happening. I swear, I'll start. Okay. That night, that sky was completely cloudy. No stars peering down. No glimpses from the moon. Only the snow witnessed us. Only the snow watched me as I killed him. As I try to open my straw. Chapter 1, meeting. Morning already. I groaned, rubbing my strained neck. Let me drink. My mattress felt... Yuck. My mattress feels too hard. My pillow feels too soft now. Every morning, it's like I'm waking up to something else being sore. Light crawls in through my window as if to check that I'm still alive. As high as the sunlight looks in the sky, I must have slept most of the morning. Why didn't Charlotte wake me? No. The better question is how I didn't hear them. I know why they didn't wake me up. It's not often Charlotte comes in here to get me up, since her moving around the flat is usually enough to wake me up anyway. Yeah, no, well, I am an adult. Still, it's such a pain to sleeping so late. Did they eat breakfast without me too? Hell, they're probably are already preparing lunch by now. After a few more moments of staring at the ceiling, I slink out of bed. My feet hit the cold wooden floor, sending a jolt through me that helps wake me up some more. I stare at the clothes strewn about. It should be so easy to just fold the damn clothes. Real. At me too. Just pick up a pair of pants, fold them in half, and then fold the legs. It's so easy. And yet, I just sit there and stare at them instead. Yeah, maybe it's good that Charlie didn't come in here. She's been so patient with me already, helping me with laundry and cooking and cleaning. I want to help her with it. I want to thank her. But whenever I get the chance, the words never come to me. Only shame. I find a pair of clothes that's not completely wrinkled and throw it on before heading out of my room. A cold draft flows down the hallway, making me shiver. Every one of my steps causes the floorboards to creak. I pause for a moment and just listen. It's so quiet in here. The only sound I can hear is from people walking around outside. I can't read. I can't read. I'm making up words. Where is everyone? Bren spent the night last night, but it's probably already lunchtime, so I shouldn't be surprised if they already left again for work. The schedule is about as messy as it could be, but they seem to like it well enough. It keeps the mind busy at least. I don't think something like that would work for me. Rather than the smell of lunch coming from the kitchen, there's just a staleness in the air. My stomach rumbles. I didn't eat much last night, and now there's no food waiting for me. Damn. I really am devolving into a kid again. It's pretty clear Charlotte isn't here. With the door left ajar and the lights turned off, she probably went to town while I was asleep. Maybe she met up with Alexei, or a friend. It's good for her to get out of the house. I open up the refrigerator. Half-eaten sausage, some greens, and a couple of eggs. It'd barely be enough for lunch, much less dinner tonight for us. I close back. The bread box proves more fruitful with half a loaf left in it. I take a slice and call it a meal. She's most likely picking up food for us today. I need to pay her back. Literally. I can't keep using her own money to feed both of us. None of my typical clients have said they have any work for me. They have had any work for me in the past couple of weeks. I could loiter around the bars and ask around if anyone needs a handyman or help with something, but it'd feel more like wasting time than anything. I open up the closet to see what we've got in there. Some hammers, and a tool belt for handiwork, a shovel for yard work, and a few boxes with different sewing kits and such. I've never been good with that kind of craft, so I leave it for Charlotte, who seems to enjoy it. However, there's also a dusty violin case. It's tucked away on one of the shelves, almost as if it were trying to hide from view. I leg it out and lay it on the table. The case pops open with a short click. The insides haven't seen the light of day in months. Its slender frame is well worn from the use and travel, back when I carried it with me religiously. Unconsciously, I take the cloth inside the case and clean it. I check the strings to make sure they're still strung well enough to play, strumming a few of them. It still looks beautiful. There's something about it today. This'll do. I take the violin case and head out the door, locking it behind me. I wanted to learn how to play violin when I was in high school. The town is as lively as ever, bustling with people in every direction. The sun hangs above the square, doing little things to help with the frigid temperature. Most people don't seem to care, though, as they continue on their way. I take a seat on the edge of the town square's fountain and watch for a few moments. A mother and a father hold their child's hand as they gush about a stage play they just saw. A young woman carries a basket of groceries, paying more attention to her. Sorry, I might need a burp. In between, my body is digesting all this food that I ate. Paying more attention to her coat than where she's walking, an older man hauls several boxes from one storefront to another. Everywhere around me, people are off minding their own business. I rest the violin against the machine. So, I'll make some background music for them. Ooh. Even now, it's second nature for me. Sorry, I'm chewing on my crystal boba. The notes come out on their own, spring into life. They leap off of the strings, doing a small twirl in the air before dancing away. As more of the notes fly away, they attract people's attention towards me. A small crowd begins to gather as they play. Music imbued with magic. It's a novelty to the upper class, but a rare treat for commoners and townsfolk. The magic is potent enough to upturn even the deepest owl into a small smile, though I didn't mean for it to come out that strong. Playing the violin is muscle memory for me, but I've become rusty on gauging how much magic is appropriate. Are we a bard? Are we a bard? More notes of the sonata prance out, fading away into the chilly air. That's what a bard is, right? Music magic? The growing crowd applauds. It doesn't take long for the bottom of my violin case to be covered with coins. Playing music is about the easiest thing I could do for money. I find a nice seat in the square, strum on the strings for an hour, and call it a day. I haven't needed to read sheet music in years, and it never takes long to fill up my carrying case with coins. Physically, it's always been easy. My violin feels like a second part of me. I don't have to think much to play it anymore, which allows my mind to wander. The last time I played this piece was on a cliff overlooking a smoldering village. Ash clung overhead for days. Rain had set down everywhere we stepped. The strong scent of charbroiled wood and meat. Oh my god! Big words! Big words for my small brain! Permeated the air. We were too late to help them. All I could do was hope a few notes could put what remained of them to rest. It was beyond feeling useless. Useless would have felt like if I walked up to the fight with only my violin and no magic. What I had felt for the first time in my life that day was true hopelessness. To have despair gnaw on my insides, leaving me empty. The notes pranced around my head, swirling around in an almost dizzying fashion. I realized that people had begun to pay more attention to the notes rather than the music, and readjusted myself, focusing back on what I'm playing. Physically, playing the violin will always be the easiest option. Mentally, though, I sigh. I'm thankful I'm not rusty, or else I'd truly be subconscious. Charlotte will be happy to see me playing again, even if it's only a one-off thing. Maybe I'll even see her while I'm out here too. A group of kids have started dancing in front of me, spurred on by the background music. Even without me playing, they continue on, side to side, hand to hand. They keep laughing. A small smile creeps up on my face. Beyond them is the sea of citizens and visitors. Many are bundled up, bracing for the next cold wave to hit town tonight. Just as I tug on my scarf, a white speck floats down in front of me, and then another. A muted gray cloud hangs perfectly overhead, sprinkling snow over the square. It's not my ideal weather for playing outside, but it'll have to do for a bit longer. I steady my violin against my chin again. But my eyes see something they shouldn't have. I wish I had, like a thing to do sound effects. This would be so much more funny and more immersive if I had like a sound deck. A man stands in the crowd of onlookers some feet away. People haven't paid him much attention as they're more interested in my music. but I noticed him. Amidst the crowd he sits out, his hair disheveled, and his coat well worn from travels. Even his boots are scuffed. An oversized scratched up canvas tote clings to his side. Despite I cannot read. Despite the distance, I can feel his piercing eyes staring me down. It's a glimpse of something I shouldn't see. Not because it's illegal, but because I couldn't have seen it. I can't be seeing him right now because he can't be standing there in the crowd. That man betrayed me when I felt closest to him. That man tried to destroy the world months ago. The man that I killed. My violin bow hits the ground, snapping me out of my stupor. I unconsciously turn to pick it up without even thinking of maintaining eye contact with a man. No, the ghost. I'm seeing things. I've barely left that all week. This is the karma I get for being a shut-in. The karma for killing him. My fingers wrap around the bow, but I don't lean back up. A cold breeze hits my back, sending a big chill down my spine. I'm sweating. I don't know why I'm seeing him now of all times. It was months ago. If I were going to hallucinate about him, wouldn't it have started sooner? But it has to be a hallucination, or someone who just happens to have a similar shade of hair, similar body type, similar face structure. It has to be. I stabbed him. I let him die in my arms. I buried him. If it's not, then... Ooh, our first toys! Okay, let's save. Save! Okay. We need to... Oh. My housemates are in the hall. Acts do start in about a minute. I will be continue reading during then. Just cause we yapped for so long. In the beginning. I will sit up. I need to face my past. My mind goes blank, so I let my body go into autopilot. With my bow in hand, I sit back up and face the crowd. He's still there, watching. A moment passes, and then another. And then I begin to play again. The piece is what I played at his funeral, attended only by the four of us. A requiem intended for distraught souls that met especially bloody ends. Notes flutter about more like a slow ballad rather than an energetic dance like before. When I close my eyes, I can still make out the dirt. It took us an hour to dig a hole big enough and deep enough for him. An hour of thrusting a shovel into the hardened, snow-laced ground. An hour of guessing how big a hole needed to be for a body. I'm gonna keep my headphones kinda half on, half off. Just to keep an ear out for my housemates. An hour of replaying the moment, I thrust my knife into his chest. His corpse had already started rigor mortis by the time we were ready. The breath from this morning rises up in my throat. I swallow hard to keep it down. If I open my mouth, I'm sure it'll come out. The ground begins to be covered in snow, most of it sticking in place. Of course it would snow today. The last few notes of the requiem cling together before drifting apart, falling among the snowflakes. The crowd applauds, including him. I can't stay here. Not with the ghost watching me. I start putting away my violin, to the dismay of the onlookers. There's a mumbling of disappointment, but they soon disperse back to what they were doing beforehand. I don't care. I stand up, dust the snow off me, and turn to leave. Don't look back. The more I acknowledge my delusion, the worse it'll get. Don't think about it, don't. Someone grabs my wrist. Their hand is wrapped around my wrist, firm enough to stop me, but soft enough to be able to shrug it off. I can feel their fingers on top of my jacket. I'm afraid to turn around. We both stand there in silence. A long exhale. My heart races. Hazel? His voice. It's his voice. My insides flip over. My mind goes numb. I could never forget his voice, how my name sounded on his lips. There's no magic in the world that could recreate that so perfectly, much less bring someone back. Who is this? What is this? I swallow, then inhale, and then I turned. Oh my god. They're vacuuming. They're vacuuming out in the fucking hallway. What the fuck do I do? Oh. Oh. It's fucking loud. Can you guys hear that? Oh my fucking god. Oh. Shit. I don't even fucking know how long they're gonna be vacuuming for. Hello? Hello? I kind of hope they also don't hear me fucking reading this. That's a fucking hacking embarrassing. I don't think they know I do this. My roommate does. My housemates, on the other hand, I don't think they know I do this. I think they kind of just think I be playing games all day. Which is like not a lie, but fuck, I really hope you guys don't hear that. Maybe we'll hold out until they're done vacuuming. They can't vacuum forever, right? But this, our love interest, looks really cute. Is his hair blue and like blonde? Wait, he's the cover art of the fucking thing. Of course. Blue? I'm like, it's like blue and purple. Okay. Okay, they are done vacuuming. I'm gonna keep my headphones. Still half on, half off. Okay. The man stares at me, his eyes partially upturned in a concerned manner. Up close, it's much more apparent how disheveled he is. His hair is fraying, and all of his clothes have partial dirt on them. His eyes, though, they're light kind of gray. They kind of lack a strong color to them, but make up for it in intensity. The unusual shade of gray that reminds you of afternoon storms, of light rain, of fog on a steamy morning. People called him cursed because of his eyes. eyes are the window to the soul, and thus he had none. Oh my god, the vacuum again. Are you fucking kidding me? I'm gonna keep reading. I'm sorry if you guys can hear the vacuum in the background. Hopefully it's not loud and distracting. The man in front of me is a mess. He's clearly homeless. His hair is much longer and much messier than his. He's only said the one word, unlike his talkative nature. But the man in front of me is him. I can feel it in my bones, in my heart, in my soul. I know it's him, just like how I know the sky's blue without checking whether there's dirt underneath all this cobblestone, even though I can't see it. I know it's him, but I can't find any words to say to him. I think you're going to a ghetto situation. My heart knows it's him, but my eyes see that's you, but my heart knows. Hazel. Hazel? My name drips out of his mouth, slowly and carefully. It knocks the wind out of me to say it. Whatever words I had tried to form are lost. I'm sorry, I've scared you. I realize my face is contorted somewhere between horror and disbelief. I glance away, but it's hard to completely wipe the fear away. It really is his voice. I spent the past few months thinking about what I'd say to you when I finally found you, but I've come up with nothing. I'm not him. My head feels light. A man who looks just like him, talks just like him, and knows my name, says he isn't him? Of course he isn't, he's dead. So, who are you? He lets go of my wrist and shifts uncomfortably. Well, wow, I really have nothing to show for myself despite thinking about it for so long. A few nosy onlookers have begun staring. Me? Can we go somewhere else to talk? Somewhere a tad more private? No! Do not! Never go to a private location with a stranger. Never, people. I have to ask for more details up front right now. Also save. If he's not him, then who the hell is he? I don't want to continue making a scene here, but I need to know now. Who are you? I'm not leaving until you tell me that. Well, a pitiful look falls upon his face. His voice becomes a tinge smaller. To be honest, I'm not quite sure myself. I've had months to contemplate it, but I'm still not fully sure who or what I am. I can try to explain more, though. I'll tell you what I can. Just, can we get out of the middle of the square? I don't want the stranger to know where I live just yet, but I also don't want to keep making a scene here. Several people keep staring at us, wondering what the outburst was about and why I was so quick to leave. A private alley should be a safer bet. Alright. Let's go down the side alley on the next street. Ah, that'd be good. He smiles almost childishly, but his eyebrows remain upturned. I don't know what to make of his attitude. I just know I can't trust him just yet. No, I don't want to trust him just yet. I don't want to face reality. There's no way he could be him. Right? I take him to a side alley off the square that's mostly just used as a back door for the restaurants and shops here. There won't be many people passing through here. I look back at the man behind me. Outwardly, he looks curious and mildly amused, but the rest of his body language betrays him. His hands feverishly fiddle with his jacket cuffs, and his eyes can't stay centered on anything. I don't remember him ever getting so obviously nervous. Start talking. Yes, well, it's rather hard for me to hide my appearance or my voice. To put it simply, I believe I am him and I'm not him. So you are actually him in some way? Yes and no. My name is Aster. A few months ago, I woke up several towns away. I had no memories of my own except my name. But I had his memories. At first I thought they were my own, but I realized something was wrong. In my memories, I died. They were my memories, but I hadn't lived them. Someone else had. He had. I don't have all of his memories though, only a handful. I wouldn't call it a scrapbook of highlights, but I know a lot of what happened to him. There was one person I kept seeing over and over in my dreams, and that was you. I knew I had to find you no matter what. It took me a few months, but I'm here now. He grins at me. The gesture feels genuine, but somehow off. He never acted like that. This isn't him. This is some stranger who looks like him and has his memories. How? How what? You said you woke up only knowing your name, right? So when he died, you gained his memories in place of your own? Right. How do you look like him? That's the part where I believe, to some degree, I am him. I just don't have his memories. I have a version of his body, a copy of his voice. My hair gets tangled the same way his would. My cough is the same pitch as his. My eyes are the same troublesome gray as his. This is how I was born, you could say. Born? Do you know what the Sun Mourners were researching? Hearing that name again freezes me in places. The Sun Mourners, his family. They were a doomsday cult hell-bent on bringing about the end of the world through the idea that they must destroy the sun, and they will then be reincarnated. A group that thrived on using uncertainty to gain members and fear to isolate them. A group I thought he had escaped, but it came back to haunt him in the end. A shudder rolls through me. I had hoped I'd never had to think of them again. They were heavy into studying reincarnation, but I didn't think he actually believed any of that. That didn't make him any less of a test subject. I think somehow his family was right, that reincarnation and reviving the dead isn't as far off a theory as people believe, but somehow they still ended up far off the mark with me. You think his family created you? Maybe. And now he's not sure. Is he being coy, or does he really not have a solid idea on what he is? His family is all either dead or in prison, though. They couldn't have done whatever that would take. You don't think so, huh? Well, that was my only guess. If you are partially him, then where did your name come from? He pauses, surprised by the question. It's my name. How do you know your name is Doris? I picked it up. Alright, bad comparison. I just... no. I've always known it's my name. So, do you believe me so far? It's hard to disagree with him, just based on his looks alone. His body is definitely the same, or at least a version of it. As his Albert taken less care of, he hasn't told me anything I think is an outright lie either. I don't think he's lying about not fully understanding himself. But that leaves me with one question. Why? Why did you come find me? The words escape me. He has some of his memories, but would he have reached out to me if he knew who killed him? Is he trying to get payback where he'll betray us again? I don't have the courage to say anything more. I saw a lot of his memories, and I know a lot about what happened between you two, but there's also a lot I don't know about. So, as my own decision, I want to stay here for a while. As our own decision? Yes, please treat us as separate people. Even without my memories. Even without memories of my own. Oh, okay, no, he's still talking. Yes, please treat us as separate people. Even without memories of my own. Based on my own. I want to make my own decisions. I want to make my own memories. And I want to do that with you and the guild. I didn't establish a guild, he did. I want to make friends with everyone on my own terms. Oh, he's still talking! I'm fucking blind! I didn't establish a guild, he did. I want to make friends with everyone on my own terms. A lump rose in my throat. Our guild has basically disbanded after we killed our first leader, but he doesn't seem to know that. So please, let me stay here, at least for a while. I look up at him with his eyebrows slightly upturned, his eyes brimming with hope. Just seeing his face makes me torn between throwing up and wrapping my arms around him. Someone running around with his face, though. It could create a lot of problems if anyone notices a dead man is walking around. Hold on. There's something else, too. I want to watch him for a while. Even if it hurts. See how he acts. Watch what he does. Who is he, really? Why does he exist? Alright. You can stay with me. Oh, really? Thank you! Aster does a small jump and skip, grinning ear to ear. The scene almost looks ridiculous. Oh, we get the name drop of the original guy, Cyrus. Cyrus was such a self-confident, aloof guy. Anything he did, joke or not, had an undercurrent of pride and self-assurance. Meanwhile, this guy... What did I get myself into? He's cute, though! Chapter 2, Home. Against my better judgment, maybe I will finish this game. Well, actually, no, because I have to pick up my roommate in about 2-ish hours. We'll see how far we get. Against my better judgment, I lead Cyrus's doppelganger to my flat. We weave through the town, which proves to be a challenge in itself. I have to stop and drag him along every few steps. There were easier paths to take without so many people, but there's something I want to test. I just have to be sure of something. I step up one of the booths and take a look at what they have. It's a wide variety of peppers and spices, stuff that Charlotte would like to look at. Aster stops and takes a look for himself. Looking for something? I don't say anything. He leans closer, looking at my face to see if I heard him. I pretend to be more interested in the peppers. Before I take him to my house, I have to know if other people can see him. We crossed the scene at the square, but they could have been looking at me in a hurry to leave and suddenly stopping in the road. I probably looked scared out of my mind. It's not out of the question that alone will make people turn their heads. Aster looks a bit confused when I don't answer him. He looks at the tables in front of us, picking up one of the bell peppers. Say, Charlotte didn't send you out here for grocery shopping, did she? His words make me mentally stumble back, breaking my silence. What makes you say that? Oh, is she not here? With you looking at food, I just assumed... There's a lot of moving parts here, so I have to take a moment to think about what he said. I never mentioned Charlotte, nor said she lived with me in town. But if he does have Cyrus's memories, then it's not that far off of an assumption that I stuck with the rest of the guild. I narrow my eyes at the wide-eyed man in front of me. I can't help but want to be suspicious of him, but... Sirs, do you have something you want? Of course. I forgot the whole reason. No, I brought him to a farmer's market, or so I wouldn't talk to him. Just looking. I take a step back from the booth. Aster puts the bell pepper he was holding back. When he does, the farmer eyes him up and down. We'll be back later. The man grunts before turning back and sitting down, angry he wasn't going to get a sale. I shake my head and walk away. At least I can tell people can see him and I'm not having a full-blown episode. Maybe that's still to come. We make our way past several more booths, all bustling with people perusing their wares. Also, I can put my headphones back on fully now. I don't know if I need to be wary of others seeing his face or not. Cyrus had enemies, definitely, but most of them are gone, or in our guild. At least his hair is longer and upstairs his features more. Maybe it won't be a problem. For now. Aster watches a group of kids run around the food stalls as we walk by. His hair is unkempt, probably from his travels. Strands of his hair stick out from random places. It's rather distracting. Maybe out of habit, maybe out of pity. I reach up to try to straighten it some. Aster turns towards me when he sees me move. It jumps back. I'm sorry. He bounces back on his feet, playing it off. Do I have something in my hair? You've got a lot of things in your hair. When was the last time you brushed it? It can't be that bad. I run my fingers through it when I can. I'll take that as never. Wrong. I brush it whenever I'm staying somewhere that gives me things like a hairbrush. And how did you afford those places? I didn't. It's called hospitality. People take pity on the amnesiac and teary-eyed looking vagabonds, weary from their travels. They really help you out once you tell them how you were gravely wounded and are on a long journey back home. Some people's kindness knows no bounds. Oh, so now you're just straight up manipulating people or taking advantage of them. He pouts, throwing his arms in protest. It's not manipulating. What part of that was a lie? Ooh. I mean, should I be honest? On your way home? Because, we Really, yeah, because technically you're not on your way home because this is not your home, technically. You going back to your home? Ouch, I thought the guild was his home. You do remember why he left us, don't you? He suddenly becomes rather shifty, fidgeting all over. That was... Well, he had his reasons, I'm sure. Did he? Or are you just pretending to know? I know, alright? I know that there's a lot I don't know about him. About you all, about... His shoulders slump. He doesn't bother finishing his sentence. There's nothing left for me to say right now. Okay, interesting. It doesn't take us long to reach my flat. The outside has seen better days, with parts of the paneling peeling and the bricks chipped. The front door is a plain brown that's showing its wear. A few potted planks line the windows in front and the front doorstep. Most people will call this shabby or quaint, in a pitiful way, but it's become my new home over the past few months. It's also rather cheap living, especially for two people. Ooh. Asta walks around it, curious at every nook and cranny. What's so exciting about the outside? I'm just impressed in general. You have a whole place for yourself now. Well, let's get inside, and then I'll explain more. The interior of the flat is cramped and not much better for the wear than the outside, with 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, and a small kitchen, and a tiny sitting room. Every corner of the floor space is well used. Dang, that's still pretty big. And that's just how I left it an hour ago. Or so ago, with the lights off and everything. Charlotte isn't home just yet, so we have some time. Probably not much. The interior of the flat is cramped, and not much better for the wear than the outside, with 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, and a small kitchen, and a tiny... Wait! I read that already. I drag Aster to the sitting room, telling him every few steps he can inspect the decor later. Good. I'm glad that Charlotte isn't here. What will you have done if she was? Push you back outside as fast as I could? Now, onto the important stuff. How much do you remember about our guild? He kicks his feet. A sober, more solemn look watches over him. He established the guild to take up some mourners for good. You were his first recruit. Aster's sentences are short, almost abruptly so. After a pause, it's clear that's where he intends to leave it. What about everyone else? Eventually, 3 others came to join the guild. Charlotte, a female chef, Bryn, an ex-guard, and Alexei, Charlotte's younger brother and a hunter. It's subtle, but he disrupts them more passively, as if reading it from a book rather than recounting memories. They came to join the guild rather than he recruited them or met them or fought with them. Do you remember recruiting them? Not completely, no. I remember the 2 of us winding up somewhere down south where we met Charlotte, but that's about it. The rest is hazy or not there at all. Like I said, I only have parts of his memories. That's a lot of parts, but not every detail. I see his life through a somewhat foggy mirror, not a clear puzzle with missing pieces that I can fill in the details of. Some places on the mirror are cracked, or the condensation is too thick to see on it. He sighs, rubbing the back of his neck. What do you remember about each of them? I remember a handful of our travels. Charlotte is sweet, Bryn is unserious, and Alexi is aloof. We traveled together for a couple of years, so I remember some of it. It's not much, but I don't know how a stranger would find this out without stalking each of us for a while. What were the Sun Mourners after? A way to cure death for good, for everyone. They preached that life was a limitation. They preached that a life was a limitation placed onto us, and it was our destiny to our destiny. I can't read anymore. Our destiny to transcend it by discovering how to make people come back to life. The goal was to destroy the sun at the end of the ritual, which would kill everyone on Earth, and then everyone will be revived if the ritual went correctly. But you four stopped that. And from that, I was created somehow. This is better than nothing, I suppose. I still want to learn more about how this memory works. Is he able to gain new memories over time? Ooh. Or maybe through outside stimulus? Do his current memories become hazier as time goes on, or clearer? He slumps in his chair, his gaze slowly sweeping over the room. Don't you have anything to tell me? Like what? Like what everyone's been doing since then? Anything else I should know about? Oh, he's right. It'd be helpful if he weren't completely in the dark about what's happened since he died. Well, we bought our flat together to live in, but it's mainly just for myself and Charlotte. Bryn and Alexi step by from time to time, but they're busy with their own jobs. Charlotte does odd jobs around town, mostly helping restaurants and bakeries where she can. She should have been chef at any of the places in town, but she wants to sell goods at her own pace at the markets here. Bryn has a new job at a ward as a ward at children's homes, helping kids without parents or separated from their parents readjust to life and such. It's a collection of various children's homes across several towns, so they end up traveling a lot. They swing by here usually once every other week or so. Alexi went back to his and Charlotte's home to take care for their family. He hunts in their forest for a local butcher and only comes back here when he's making a haul. We don't see him as often since he stays further away. Most of the time, it's just myself and Charlotte. His eyebrows crease slightly as the wheels turn in his head. And do you like that? What's that supposed to mean? You know, living with someone else. Living with Charlotte. It's better than camping out and basically being homeless. A little pout forms in his face. He turns his head away. I can tell he was trying to get more at, do you like living with her? But I dodged the question. Well, we can. I open my mouth to say something when the front door opens. Anything I plan on saying leaves me immediately, as my mind goes blank. In a panic, I pull Ashton off of his chair and push him towards the closet. Hazel, are you home? I thought I heard you I thought I heard your violin playing from the store earlier, but no one was there. They told me someone that looked like you had quickly packed up and left. Are you feeling okay? Oh, there you are. Shirley steps into the sitting room with us. Well, with me, after getting acquainted with the closet. She has her arms wrapped around a wicker basket full of bread and vegetables. More bats are on her shoulder, most likely filled with some meat. Her thick cape trails behind her, giving her a more mature look. Unlike me, her hair is actually rather kept up and shiny from being well cared for. I'm alright. Just alright. She takes a step closer, putting her hand up to my forehead. Her cheeks are slightly flushed from the cold outside. A flash of concern crosses her face as she looks at me. I reach over to grab her and grab the basket on her arms, whisking it away to the kitchen. I'm fine, just that stage fright. It's been a while since I performed, you know. Hey, don't walk away like that. Like what? Let's put these groceries down first. Hazel? So where did you go? Did you have lunch with Bryn? Despite her protests, I successfully lead her to the kitchen. I begin unpacking what she bought. Defeated, she puts her jacket away. We were going to, but then Alexei told me he was in town, so we met up with him for a while before Bryn had to run back to the children's home. So everyone's back in town right now? What are their odds? What's Alexei been up to? You'll be able to ask him tonight when he comes over for supper. Is he staying the night? Yes, both of them said they would. Brent's stuff is still in the guest room. Both of them? I hope Alexei realizes he'll be on the couch. So they'll all be coming over tonight and spending the night? If Axel were in the room, I'd be giving him the side eye right now. This time is horrendous. Almost too horrendous. Do I tell her about it now? Oh, wait till they're all here. How do I even break it to them? Do I pretend I never saw him this morning and he just happened to find us all? How do you introduce a reanimated corpse? Charlotte hands me a fresh baguette to put in a bread container. That's why I picked up some food before coming back, but I fear I didn't get enough. Preferably, I'd like to make a stew for dinner and have enough for leftovers, but I might eat some more potatoes with it. Alexei likes a lot of potatoes in his serving. Maybe I'll have enough for tonight. You just have to get some more for me tomorrow, okay? My stomach rolls. I've trusted them all through thick and thin, through countless life or death situations, but this... I need to have someone on my side first, before everyone is here. If I wait until tonight to show him off, it's likely to cause a massive panic. Seeing the man you buried walk in right after eating dinner. Is it that hard of a decision? Uh-huh. She takes a step closer to me, looking me up and down. You zoned out again. I asked if you wanted garlic or honey butter bread. Oh, honey butter is fine. How late did you sleep in this morning? Not too late. I got up onto the square, didn't I? Her scrutiny doesn't let up for a moment. Did something happen when you were there? It sounded like you left in a hurry. I need to tell her. I have to. I swallow the frog in my throat back down, clenching my fist to keep my nerves at bay. Yes, something did happen. I saw someone. Who? It'd be easier to introduce you than to explain it. Introduce me? What? You've gotten that close to someone so quickly? Sure! Introduce them to me whenever. Let's go now. She practically drops the bell pepper she's holding. Now? They're here in the other room. You brought someone home? The sooner I get this over with, the better. I take her back to the sitting room and get her to sit down after some coaxing. She'll need to be sitting. The room is quiet. Aster? Aster? There's no response. The only thing we hear is the sound of the grandfather clock. My heart sinks lower with each clap of the horse's hooves. Don't tell me. No, people at the farmer's market saw him. People turned their heads for him. They walked around him. He was there. And so his hair. Damn it! I march over to the closet. I swing it open, only to find Aster slumped in the tiny ground in the closet asleep. I've had enough of this farce. Get out of there! I drag him out by his jacket collar, letting him spill out onto the floor at Charlotte's feet. He finally wakes up at his knees. As his knees hit the wooden floor, the solid thud. Aster pushes himself off the floor and starts upright. Rubbing around his neck, he looks at me, and then at Charlotte. Their eyes both become wide upon seeing each other. Charlotte sits back down in her chair, aghast at the scene. There is an uncomfortable long moment of silence. It must have only been a few seconds, but it feels painstakingly dragged out by the tension in the air. I huff and break the ice. This lout was stalking me in the square. He opens his mouth to protest. Probably the stalking part, but glances at Charlotte's terrified face and thinks again. He says he's not Cyrus, but rather something of a doppelganger. I don't know what to make of it. I'm not a doppelganger. I said it's reincarnation. A doppelganger just means someone who looks like someone. I'm not calling you a ghost or anything. And besides, I don't fully understand the reincarnation idea. That implies you've only been alive for a few months at most, right? Or that you are actually him? He folds his arms, looking away. No matter what you try to label the situation, none of them are a perfect fit. Maybe the label is the least I should be worrying about. What? Her voice is small, almost a whisper, like she's afraid someone might overhear. Aster stands up, carefully dusting off his jacket. My name is Aster. I'm a doppelganger of Cyrus. I have wristlets and parts of his memories, but I'm not entirely him. Like I told Hazel, I can't see all of his memories. I know somewhat about the guild and you all, and that's what made me want to seek you out. I want to make my own memories with his friends. Make amends with his previous friends. Please, treat me as if I'm a different version of him that's standalone. I'm a different person. A different person? Charlotte claps her mouth. Claps her mouth. She tries to hide it, but her hand won't stop shaking. He stopped me while I was performing and made me drag him back here. That's not at all what happened. I was walking through town and heard a violin, so I wanted to see it. And I happened to find you. Happened to? Just have to be the contrarian, don't you? He folds his arms and looks away. The crease in his brows slowly turn from a frown to something more like worry. And this is the only thing I have. Even if I can't stay here, please don't kick me out of town. It's not like we could do that anyway. Charlotte's hands tighten into a shaky fist. With pursed lips, she stands up and approaches him. Magic couldn't recreate this. She peers at his face, looking him over closer. Aster looks petrified. He doesn't dare move, but he looks like he might bolt at any second. Your eyes. Hey, are you feeling well? Aster jolts up as if the question snapped him out of his stupor. Feeling well? There's dark circles under your eyes. Where have you been sleeping? Well, for this last part of my travels, I didn't find many houses, and the ones I did see shooed me away, so... So? That's not an answer. And you? She whips around to glare at me. I shirk away. How did you miss the bags under his eyes? How clearly ill is he? I gave a half-hearted shrug, but it's hard to answer her when she's so intense. I think he looks pretty good for a dead guy. Look at the way he's looking at us right now. Hello? Give me a man who's gonna be looking at me like that. The real reason I didn't notice anything was wrong with him is because I was too scared from seeing a walking corpse. Of course I didn't notice if he was a little worse for the wear. He's supposed to be dead. Pretty good. With his hair and these clothes? You're practically tracking in dirt with every step. Can't you even see through those bangs? Charlotte's a sweetie. Oh my god. Charlotte asks him the question, but immediately turns around, opening up drawers left and right. Aster starts to get nervous. Of course I can. It's just a little longer than I'm used to. We can fix that. She turns around, revealing a pair of scissors in her hands and a cold look in her eyes. I can fix that. I'm fine with this lane. I just let me borrow a hairbrush and a bath and I'll be fine. Oh, definitely. After it gets a trim. You're not... Hey, Hazel, aren't you gonna say something, aren't you? A little trim wouldn't hurt. You can take a bath after she cuts off a little off. After she cuts a little off. How much is a little? Say, would you sit down for me? No matter how much the glint in her eyes scared him, the thought of disobeying her was out of the question. Aster hesitantly steps over to where she's motioning to. He looks more like a lamb for slaughter. Chin up. Charlotte snips away at the dead ends. She keeps the scissors about an inch away from the tips, leaving just enough room to get the excess off and allow new growth. The trimmings fall into the floor around them. I just know I'll be forced to sweep them up before company arrives tonight. Boop, boop, boop. A few moments later, she finishes cutting and brushing his hair, fluffing it up as a last touch. She stands back, proud of her handiwork. Now, don't you look so destitute. Just be sure to clean the gun and get out any extra trimmings that didn't fall out. Alright, who's next? She turns to me, picking back up the scissors. I don't. You know what? You don't feel good? Because I know you need a haircut. She holds up a bit of the tips of my hair to where I can see it. I didn't realize it was past my shoulders now. I'm fine with this length. A year ago, you wouldn't stop complaining once you hit the bottom of your neck. You just haven't wanted to take care of it. Sit down and it'll be quick. Like a child who realized he wasn't going to be the only one punished, Aster smirks and steps away. I give up and reluctantly sit down. Snip, snip. I'm reminded of the last time she cut my hair. We were staying in the far-off town, preparing to meet with our governor. He was hosting a banquet for us, getting rid of a thorn in his side, a sun mourner's compound just outside his jurisdiction. She insisted we all look our best before meeting with them, as we would be asking them for their help. peek? Send me the link. Send me the link. I also was like, if you were down, we could also play that game that we played with Carrots, because Carrots said that he'd be down to play too. Right now, I know he's also streaming. Right now. But also, oh, shit. I don't know how late you can stay up, because I have to pick up my roommate in an hour and a half-ish from work. Okay, because I don't want tomorrow, so like I'm good to be up. Felt me too. Even though that's so bad for me. Actually no, because I've been going to sleep decently at like 9:30. But I know I should be sleeping at 9, maybe even a little before 9. But I'm up on my phone until like 9:30. She insisted we all look our best before meeting with them, as we will be asking for their help and assistance for a long trek. To her, that includes hair trims for everyone. Ashley stands back from us, admiring the mostly empty shelves lining the sitting room. He doesn't say anything, instead letting the silence be filled with the sound of the scissors. Charlotte then takes the brush and begins slowly brushing through the mess on my head. There's something calming about it, but... Oh, for real? I can't take my eyes off of him. Charlotte seems to have already warmed up enough to him. Maybe she thinks it's actually him. Maybe she's just playing nice. I don't know yet. Did you send a link? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Bro, what the hell? What? This is like, chained together. A little bit, but we're not chained together. The avatar customization is so cute. But yeah, ask Carrots. I don't know if he wants to buy games right now, you know? Let him... He's streaming though. You'll have to pop into his chat, because I think he has streamer mode on. So I don't think he's gonna see these messages in the Discord. I just want to know what's going through his head. All done. Now, was it that bad? You act like I'm gonna cut you or something. I do still have a head, I guess. It feels like a weight has been lifted off me. I didn't trim that much. I was afraid you make him go bald as penance. I knew I should have been more wary. Now she has an idea for payback tonight after I'm asleep. Watch her step and lock the door. Don't encourage him. Tears form around her eyes. She glances between both of us before quickly turning around to hide her face. Charlotte? I'm fine. Just... I've got to get at your plate for food ready for tonight. Get some rest before then. She leaves the room in a hurry, still covering her face. Astrid looks at the ground. You should get a bath and some half-decent sleep before dinner tonight. I'll show you where you can sleep afterwards. Our home feels different as I walk down the halls alone with a stranger, briefly showing him each room as we pass by. The house is on edge, wondering why I brought him here and what this person will do next. Every step feels risky. Every word feels intense. You can use the bath here. It's a bit small, but it does the job. Charlotte has the other bath on the other side of the flat. And here's my room. I let the door swing open up to my bedroom. It's just as I left it a few hours ago. Clothes thrown haphazardly with a layer of dust growing on the furniture. I didn't wake up this morning expecting to come home with company. I would have tried cleaning up a bit if I'd known properly. Asher steps in, taking note of everything. As if there's much to see. There's a lot he could probably say about the state of the room, but he doesn't. We only have one guest bedroom, and Brennan had already claimed it. Alexia will probably sleep on the couch tonight, so at least for a while they're here, you can stay in my room. Really? There's an uptick in his voice, clearly surprised, but it's not exactly how I wanted things to go either, but unless someone to sleep outside or in the hallway, yes. Tonight we'll find some blankets and make you a mat on the floor to sleep on. For right now, you can sleep in the bed. It should be more comfortable than grass, at least. His gaze meanders to the floor before looking back at me. Thank you. I know this is all so sudden, but I'll find a way to repay you all, to make amends. For now, though, all I can say is thank you. Again. Maybe it'll lose some of its meaning if I say it too much though, so I need to hurry up and be useful. He laughs to himself. I find it hard to join him, though a small smile creeps upon my lips. Maybe he's here to kill me. That'd be for the better than him killing everyone else. Maybe he's just waiting to see how far we'll go for him before stabbing me while I sleep tonight. Every day with you was hell. Alright, get cleaned up, then take a nap or something. Just try not to fall asleep in the tub and drown. I don't want to have to explain that. Oh, and you can see if any of my clothes are fit. I doubt they will, but you never know. Okay. With one last glance back, I'll live into it. Wow, chapter 3! Dinner. I think I can probably get through chapter 3. Let's see how long it'll take me. I have an hour. She gets off at 8:30, but I don't know. She might not be off exactly at 8:30, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. If she texts me earlier, then I'll have to go. But I want to be done by 8:20, so like in an hour and 10 minutes. Just so I can kind of settle a little bit and then go get her. The smell of chicken broth permeates to the hall as I walk back to find Charlotte busy in the kitchen. I never know what to do to help her when she's cooking, so I hover a couple feet away. A pot boils on the stove. Her knife chops the vegetables she's laid out. Words are hard to come by right now. All of us played a part in his death, but I was the one who dealt the final blow. I was the one who stabbed him, and then we all buried him. But months before that, he betrayed us. Instead of staying with us to shut down the Stonewallers, he rejoined them. He was the final key to ending the world, and instead of stopping them, Charlotte stops chopping an onion and strips into the pot with the chicken. It's quiet, but I can see her give out an exasperated sigh. So, what do you think? She folds the dish towel and lays it on the counter before placing a hot skillet on top. Even though her mind is clearly elsewhere, she doesn't make any sloppy mistakes. What do you think? You can't answer like that. I can't answer like that. Then what do you expect me to say? She starts cutting a potato. Her movements are fast, hitting the chopping board with a clear cut each time, but slow down as she reaches the end. I think there's parts he hasn't told us yet, things he's still holding back on saying, things he doesn't know how to say. But I also think there's a lot he doesn't know. I don't think he fully understands himself or why things are happening this way. It's hard to see what his intentions are or what he's trying to do. It's about as hard as figuring out what was on his mind at any given point. But even now, they're both like complete strangers. Out of the corner of my eye, I can see her glance up at me. Does he know how he died? Yes and no. That's a no then. He seems to know he was murdered, but I don't think he knows who did it. If he remembers that, but you don't think he... I don't know. I feel my body sink down into a chair. I hold my head in my hands. I don't know, Charlotte. I don't know how much he knows, or why he's here, or what he's planning. An hour ago, I was sure I had gone insane. That's still on the table. Maybe this is some karmic retribution. There's a hand that starts rubbing my shoulder. I put my hand on the small of her back and pull her just a bit closer. Just close enough to tell she's real. How are we going to tell them? A contemplative murmur leaves her lips. There's nothing else to say. Nothing else to plan. Whatever we decide will go horribly wrong. Yahoo! I hold the door as Brendan shuts inside. Their arms full of bread and pastries. There's no telling how much Brendan brought, or how many places they had to raid to get it all. And let's see, silently follows behind them, carrying a couple of bags and a single bottle of wine. Come in, come in! She hugs them both around the neck, despite having seen them just this morning. A lot has happened since then, though. I feel a hand on my head, a smooth my hair. Here, I brought you some pinwheels, croissants. Oh, typo? Yeah, well, we can start after. Yeah, we can start after I pick up my roommate. Just so we're not, like, interrupted. What did we decide on playing? Oh my god, Zai, me and Karen on to eat and I ate too much. Fuck, I do this every fucking time and I regret it. Here, I brought you some pinwheels and croissants that you like. Just don't let them get moldy, okay? I don't think that means you're going to eat all that. Don't think that means you're going to eat all that bread tonight. There's plenty of baked chicken and vegetables to eat before getting full of wheat. You're right. Carbs make you full as fuck. Charlotte whisks away one of the baskets in her hand and hurries down the hall with it. Alexei follows her, tossing his bag in the sitting room. Bryn motions for me to come closer. I embrace them, their coats smelling like a warm bakery. It's easy to see why the kids like them. Their arms make you feel safe. After a short moment, we part. Curse companions, fire! Okay. Fire! Flame on! Flame on! Say, yes, everything's okay, isn't it? What kind of vague question is that? I didn't hug them for too long, did I? You know, just making sure everything's alright. Charlotte told us you're in between jobs right now, even if it's not exactly what you want to do. Is Kirk gonna stream it, or are we all just gonna play offline? Cause he can stream it if he wants to. I think it's more important for you to put your mind to work on something, even if not for the money. Give yourself something to focus on, especially if it has you around others. Do you get what I mean? The quiet look in her eyes betrays the soft smile on their lips. My stomach! I look away towards the ground. I ate too much. Oh, Chad, I ate too much. Oh. But I always got room for boba. Yes, I do. I'll keep it in mind. I lift my head to look up at them. But my head is pushed down. They mess with my hair even more. Hey. Do more than just keep it in mind, okay? I'll drag you to the children's home and make you perform for volunteer work. Sorry about that, I had to choke on something. Well, maybe we'll feed you lunch. Depends on how good you play. They laugh at their own idea. I can't help but smile back. That wouldn't be too bad. You ever performed for Mailing Kids? A few times. Then you'll be fine. I'll have to bring you sometime this week. Sounds like a plan. We rejoined Charlotte and Alexei in the kitchen. With 4 of us in here, it had quickly become crowded. I took the rest of the bread from Bryn and put it up. Ah, Chardonnay would go great with what I made. It's like you already knew what I had in mind. I remembered you liked it. He glances over at me as I walked closer before turning back to what he was doing. Charlotte waved her hand towards the bottle. I'm sure we'll all help drink it, won't we? I'll take a glass. We'll have to take more than that if we want to get through a bottle. It's not like it'll spoil that quickly. With Bo being in town for a few days. Great! More time to bring it out. She pops the top and begins pouring 4 glasses. How big is a bottle of Chardonnay? Can't 4 people go through a whole bottle? You don't need a special occasion to bring it out. Sure we do. This wasn't cheap, you know. It wasn't very much. Alexei takes a slow sip from his glass. Despite his typical quiet nature, Alexei is even more soft-spoken tonight than usual. I decided to let Charlotte do most of the talking. You realized how much they can really well, huh? I heard you were able to find several boars. I found more than I was able to kill and bring them back. Will you have the rest when you go back? No, not yet. They need some time to mature and repopulate the area. It might throw the ecosystem out of order if I take out too many. Yes! We're appropriate hunting. You let the population repopulate it. She holds her hand to her face, cradling her cheek with a sad look on her face. The vultures won't be too happy to hear that. It just means I'll have to find another hunting place when I leave. That also means no more nice wine for a while. Chill. Charlotte turns back to the stove and begins pouring some vegetables into her serving bowl. Hazel, can you set the table for me? Alexi, put the chicken on the table. I nod ahead to a cabinet. I reach for the plates when I remember. You don't need 4 plates. We need 5. We have an extra person in the house tonight. A cold shiver runs down my back. I forgot so quickly. No, it's not that I forgot. It's that I intentionally pushed him out of my mind. I didn't want to think about him. Not while they're here. They haven't noticed anything yet, but I don't know how long this will last. Our fate might be over in an hour, or it might be over tonight. If only we could delay it a little longer. To wait until we understand more about him, when we're able to understand his motivations. With him staying the night, it will be nigh impossible to keep it a secret through the night. Should we at least wait until after dinner? Will they lose their appetite? Will they get up and leave or start a fight? Hey, Charlotte. The words come out of my mouth before I fully understand what I want to say next. But anything I had planned is lost. There's a scream from the other end of the flat. I turn around. Charlotte and Alexi are standing beside the kitchen table. Bryn is... Where's Bryn? Where did they go? I sprint away from the cabinet and make a dash towards the scream. The pit in my stomach grows with each step. There's only one reason. Only one. Only one. I throw open the door to my room, which is already left ajar. At the foot of my bed is Bryn, sprawled on the floor with an incredulous look on their face. Sitting up on my bed is Aster, who almost looks more scared. What? Bryn! Just a few steps behind me, Charlotte and Alexi run the corner and walk in the threshold. They both take a step back at the scene. Yeah, first of all, what are you doing in my room? Actually, that is my first thought. I'm like, first of all, why are you in this man's room? What are you doing in my room, Bryn? What? The random question throws him for a loop, diffusing some of the tension, even if only for a moment. Bryn stands, eyeing Aster and myself warily. They back up against the wall. No, wait. You knew. Their white glaze turns into something sharper, more fearful. To the side, Alexi throws a disdainful look at me. Why? What? Okay, you know what? Just listen for a bit, okay? This is Aster. He's something of a doppelganger. A doppelganger? I found him in town today, loitering around. Though I guess it'd be more accurate to say he found me. You can guess what my reaction was. He says he's not entirely him, though. He looks like him and has a few of his memories, but not everything. I try to gloss over that part as quickly as possible to get the rest of it. That's best to let him explain. He's homeless and desperately needed some kind of help. So I brought him back here. There's not a lot else I could do. You could say something at any time, you know. Hi. Brendan and Alexi tensed up at the sound of his voice. Even if it was only 2 quick words, it's enough to send a jolt through them. What Hazel said was right. You can think of me as something of a doppelganger of him. I'm a person that looks like him and has parts of his memories. My first actual memory is from a few months ago, probably right after he died. He listened between us before looking back down and continuing. I traveled around on my own, trying to figure out who I was. At first I assumed I was him, but after a while I realized I couldn't be. I'm someone else, so I decided to find one of you. I don't really know what happened during his life, but I know he died young. That's why I want to make my own memories. I'm my own person. I have my own name. It's all that's mine. So I want my own memories too. The room falls deathly silent. Even breathing feels hard with the stillness in the air. Aster said all there was to be said, except, why us? Alexi steps further into my room, putting a foot in front of Charlotte. Despite everything Aster said, him and Bryn still have a sour, untrusting look, which is fair. I can't fault them for that, which is fair. The guy he looks like betrayed the asses. So the reaction is completely valid. Very, very much completely valid, especially since those two were more of the hunters and the melee people. I need help. There's not really anyone else I can go to. I don't have a family of my own. He doesn't have one anymore either. That doesn't mean we have to help you. This is your problem. Find someone else. You're the only ones from my memory that seem trustworthy. Trustworthy? You think you know anything about that? Bryn steps forward, but Shelley cuts them off. Supper will get cold if we don't eat it now. Come on, let's eat. She grabs into Alexi and drags him out the door before he even has a chance to argue. Bryn takes a long look at Aster, then back at me. Don't go along with everything because of what he says. We'll talk about this later. With that, they stomp out of the room. A prickling sensation crossed up my neck as I realized I had been holding my breath. Oh, my nose is kind of stuffy. This happens all the fucking time whenever I read visual novels. In a big sigh, I let it all out, almost falling to the floor in the process. My heart is about to beat out of my chest. I guess that could have gotten worse. Well, you bring me back a plate after everyone's done. I mean, you know what? Aster did that was like a good decision on Aster's choice. That not to join them while eating dinner, but just waiting, be like, you know what? I know the stuff that you guys need to talk about alone. Me being there is not gonna help. Just bring me food when you guys are done and stuff. But also, like, I really like how everyone's reaction to Aster and Aster's reaction to everyone what's happening, because everyone is valid in their own thought process and their own reaction and their own reasoning as to why this is all happening. Bryn and Alexei definitely are gonna be on guard, because this man, he looks like, fucking betrayed them, tried to kill them, presumably. Not even presumably, because his whole family tried to kill everyone in the world. So seeing the guy that they know is dead and they buried here in bed, it's gonna be shocking. And they're not, and you know, humans knowing humans, it's trust is such a hard thing to gain, especially after something like that. Aster's reaction, I think Aster is taking this very, very well, very calmly. He knows that this is like an absurd situation, and stuff. But his reasoning as to why he sought out his Cyrus's guild mates is pretty valid too. Because if I were to just wake up one day, vaguely remember my memories, but if all my memories like centered around these group of people, I would want to find these group of people too, because obviously I seem to know these group of people. So why wouldn't I try to go find these people that are in my memories, you know? So I think everyone's valid in their thoughts, everyone's valid in their reactions, and we'll see how the rest of this goes. I grab my glass and sit down at the table. The exhaustion of the day is probably apparent on my face. Also, I don't know if we and Cyrus were also a thing. It kind of sounds like we were, but we also weren't. I don't know. Charlotte sets the last dish down, an ornate gravy bowl she found from a traveling merchant who let her have it for a discount. Ooh, everything's still digesting in my stomach. I'm gonna like small hiccups. And takes her apron off. The table is covered in a variety of food from every color of the rainbow, from roasted chicken to steamed vegetables to various other sides. The low candle lighting makes the feast look even more extravagant, fit for the nobles we used to meet. Bryn grabs a roll, that sour look on her face alleviating with each bite. They were always the hangry type, I suppose. Where's the plates? There's only 4 plates on the table. We need 5. He'll be staying here even if the 2 of us try to kick him out, won't he? Then he should eat with us. What? Okay, that's nice. His expression remains rather neutral, but there's still tension with each of his words. So, I'll get another plate. It's been so long since we all ate together. She springs up, suddenly excited by the thought of it. A meal? Together like old times. Putting the past behind us and making a new future going forward. Don't get me wrong, Charlotte. I don't trust the bastard as far as I can throw him. But if he's going to be under this roof, then I don't want him off in a different room. I want to keep an eye on him. Which is fair. Very fair, especially since Alexei and Charlotte are siblings. He wants to make sure his sister is okay. Right. Charlotte seems like an optimist, which I always... You know what? Like a group does need the optimist in the group to kind of lighten things up, to kind of bring in like, okay, but what if this is a good thing? Oh god, my housemate's touched me. Oh, my nose is stuffy. Ugh. Persona falters as she sets the 5th plate on the table. I get up, with Bryn following behind me. I go back to my room. Aster? Aster, I know you can't be asleep already. I push his shoulder, making him panic. I'm up! He scrambles as he falls out of the bed, landing on the side across from us. Why am I up? Is it morning already? It's barely been 5 minutes. They want you to come eat with us. Now come on, or else you will have eaten all the scalloped potatoes. Okay. He straightens his shirt, trying to make himself look somewhat presentable. Anything to avoid Bryn's cold stare. Why'd you let him sleep in your room? Yeah, you're staying in the guest room. This is the room he's gonna be staying in. Yes. Because this is the room he'll be staying in, at least while both of you are here. We don't have enough beds for everyone, and I figured, since I'm the one that brought this tray in, that I should be the one to deal with him in my room. We'll set up a mat on the floor tonight. Better for everyone, right? They don't say anything, instead continuing down the hall without looking back. The meal that followed was the most suffocating I've ever had, to say the least. Aster refuses to talk unless prompted to, which is fair. I mean, he knows that these 2 people don't like him. I don't think he's gonna be comfortable talking, which is fair. I feel like I would be the same way. And even then, his responses are mostly made up of mumbles and stutters. It's plain to see that this can't exactly be him given how many nervous antics Aster has, but it's still hard to digest food sitting next to someone you buried. Charlotte does her best to alleviate some of the tension by diverting the conversations to more benign topics like Bryn's job. These help for a few moments, but ultimately dissolve back into a quiet meal. It feels like everything is tiring to talk about. I take a slow bite of the fried corn. It's not overly sweet and warms me up as I swallow it. Despite how good the meal is, I'm struggling to eat anymore. To my side, Aster pulls out his chicken that on his plate. Alexi takes his 6th bread roll. Charlotte sips her wine slowly. Bryn wants more answers, which is fair. Why did he betray us? Charlotte's wine hits the table with a louder than normal clink. Alexi munches on his bread in silence, his expression darkening. I look up at Bryn. They stare at Aster. It's a loveless look in their eyes, but one that doesn't cover any anger, so much as disappointment. And it's like, I feel that, yes, they do want answers because Silas, not Cyrus, not Silas. Excuse me, Silas. Cyrus did form this group. He was their leader and he betrayed them. And so they honestly do want answers. I feel that. I feel like, wouldn't you want answers to why your leader who recruited you to be this guild, you have gone on so many good adventures and built trust and bond betrayed you? I feel like I would want answers too. Despite all of our attempts to move on, to wash the blood off of our hands, that was the one question I always thought would go unanswered. The one question that no one alive could answer. Until now. Aspie stops poking his chicken, but doesn't look concerned about the question. If anything, he was most likely preparing it for the entire day. I don't know. Bullshit. Aspie barely gets the words out of Bryn before Bryn cuts him off. He looks sad. If I had a guess, he felt like he was trapped. No matter what he did, he would never be able to fully leave the cult. To my surprise, Charlotte is the one who speaks up. But he did. He was able to travel the world. Aspie sighs. But they always found him no matter what. He probably thought it was only a matter of time. I don't know why I bothered asking. What? Why? What? Okay. Yeah, I don't know why I bothered asking you. It's not like someone else will understand him. Or tell us. Bryn stands, grabbing the plate. Thanks for the meal, Charlotte. It was good. Did you get enough to eat? She has to stay in a hurry, as Bryn is already putting the plate away to be cleaned. I'm fine. Alexi wordlessly follows suit, leaving the dinner table. Charlotte stays at her plate, unable to keep her solemn expression tucked away any longer. I look away before she starts crying again. A cold grasp clamps itself around my throat. It's so hard to breathe with the atmosphere like this, but it's even harder to find any words to say. Hey! Ashley stands up abruptly, slamming his hands down on the table. It's enough to make me jump in my seat and stop everyone in their tracks. We all looked at him in bewilderment. Just because you're mad at me, that doesn't mean... It doesn't mean you can leave all of the dishes for Charlotte to clean. A stunned silence hangs in the air. Esther practically looks like he's on the verge of tears. Meanwhile, Brenda and Alexi look like they were caught in the act. No, I was gonna come back later. I'm just putting my plate up before I clean the dirty dishes. Huh? Esther sits her down, having made his statement. Charlotte nibbles on the slice of a carrot. I can tell she's trying to hide her smile. With a small sigh of relief, I help them clean up. I open the dusty hallway closet. It slowly creaks open to reveal... nothing. Another bust. Alexi grabbed his own... We're gonna have to share a bed. We're gonna be sharing a bed. This is not gonna be mad. I already know. I know this is going. We're gonna have to share a bed. Oh yeah! Alexi grabbed his own blanket for the couch a while ago, but when he did, I didn't realize that was probably all we have. We've barely been in this place for a few months. It shouldn't be a surprise that we only have enough pillows and blankets for a mass of 4 people. But here I am trying to find something from nothing. I close the door and make my way of defeat back to my room. Good night. Before I'm able to, Charlotte waves at me from the other end of the hall. Good night. I open my mouth to say something, but decide against it. I'll lock your door tonight. But I doubt I have to warn her. Aster sits up when he sees me walk in. He looks up at me expectantly, curious why I'm empty-handed. Let's see, take the rest of the blankets we have. Well, it's more like we only have enough for 1 extra person. The rest of the statement, "We weren't expecting a fifth person to ever be here," goes without saying. Oh. His voice is small, as if I needed any more guilt tripping in my life. I scratched the back of my head and looked back in the mirror to my side. Well, MC reveal. Okay, we're blonde. My hair is shorter now, much closer than it was months ago. With it trimmed the back, I'm able to see the gaunt look on my face, my slimmer than usual cheeks, my baggy eyes. Like a ghost, Aster rests on the edge of my bed, behind me, waiting on my next move. He knows more than he's letting on. Maybe he even knows why Cyrus betrayed us. Maybe this is prelude to killing us all in our sleep. But the fact still remains. I killed him. I tried to knock him out. I tried to gravely injure him, and when that didn't work, well, change your plans. When they leave, you can stay in the guest bedroom, but until then, you can sleep in my bed. Eh? For just a tiny moment, his voice hits the cusp of cracking. His eyes grow wider. And really? That's a big enough bed for two. You'll have one side and I'll have the other side. I doubt many of my clothes will fit you though. Tomorrow you can beg Bryn or Alexi for something more your size. Is Aster bigger or smaller than us? Well, even if it's maybe smaller. Smaller? Right? Because even if the clothes are big, you can still wear them decently. I guess maybe not pants. Unless they got belts. Aster doesn't say anything. Instead, looking away almost bashfully, he palms the back of his neck. Oh, does he remember? Good night. Good night. The sudden knock on the door sent a jolt through me. I managed to respond, but almost too eagerly. My whole body's on needles. I don't know the last time I was this on edge. Hopefully, I'll be able to sleep it off. I grab some clothes and head to the bathroom to change. Oh! I normally don't sleep in a binder. But I normally don't sleep in the same bed as someone. Okay. I get the vibe now. When I walk back in the... Well, yeah, because it's not safe to sleep in the binder. When I walk back into the room, Aster doesn't look at me, much less face me. His head is pushed deep into his pillow with the covers drawn up, sort of like a child pretending to be asleep. I crawl into bed and lay my head down. If I die tonight, if he kills me with his own hands, then that is my atonement. Good night. That night, I dreamt about how I first met him. Washing dishes was, by far, the worst part of my day every day. Seconded only by waiting tables. Nothing is as soul-sucking as customer service. Real! I hate customer service! I talk about how much it sucks all the damn time. I soaked and scrubbed and rinsed and dried. Surprisingly, you can't finish cleaning dishes for a restaurant in just a few minutes. You would think that'd be obvious, but every day I try to avoid that reality. Every single day, washing, cleaning, waiting. When I was younger, I dreamt of joining a traveling circus or a caravan of performers. Any moment I wasn't cleaning or serving, I would learn to play an instrument. I wasn't very good, but I had a childish hope that one day we'd have a customer who would take an interest in my music and offer me a job far away from here. Somewhere where life was more than washing and rinsing and drying. And then there was a stray cat. The sounds weren't overly loud, but it was enough to break me from my concentration on the dishes. I tossed the drying rag to the side and walked out the back. Hey, Scram! My voice was carried away by the wind as soon as I stepped outside. There wasn't any stray cats meowing, but instead... Ugh. A man laid out among the fresh linen I had just put up an hour ago. Hey! I ran over to him, flipping him over to see his face. His eyes were closed, but I could tell he was in some sort of pain. After a cursory inspection, I didn't see any blood or injuries, just a pale man. Hey, who are you? He couldn't even look up at me. Damn it! I dragged him inside the kitchen and propped him up against the wall. He was so wow! He does look really cute with short hair. Hello? Wait! Wait! Hold on! He does look really cute with short hair. Wait, actually, his hair kind of reminds me of my OCs. I need to draw them again. The names are Avery and Angel. It's also a blue to purple. Their hair is also a blue to purple ombre. What? Wow. You know what? I think it's a little bit more saturated. Hey, blue to purple ombre gang. Let's go! It's so good. His stomach rumbled, but not nearly as terrible as it was before. It's still hard to believe all of those noises were coming from a person's stomach. Is that really all you needed? Some food? Yeah, thank you. He slurped up the rest of the meal before I could even tell he was almost done. 2 whole servings gone in just a few minutes. That really hit a spot. I'd hope it did after all you ate. Eh? I guess I was a bit parched. Huh. You ate more than most families do in one sitting. What, have you not eaten in weeks? You could say that, yeah. He grinned at me. A smile appeared, spread from ear to ear. It was bright enough to make me think it was insincere, but there was something to it. Why have you been stealing meals? I'm on the run. From the cops? From my family. What'd you do? You automatically assume it's my fault? You're the one on the run. Let's just say I didn't like living there. What was it like? You asked all your patrons that? I crossed my legs, sitting down beside him. Most of our patrons are paying customers. I figured you won't be paying anytime soon, so the least you could do is give me a reason to tell my parents why we're missing a few bowls of soup and bread. I'm not a freeloader. He murmured to himself, probably thinking up a story to tell. It didn't really matter to me, though it would be lying to say I wasn't at least a bit interested in why he'd fled home. Fleeing home, running away. It was something that I'd never actually considered. I'd always hoped someone would risk whisked me away with the promise of a new exciting life rather than me living all by myself without any notice. I think a lot of people kind of fantasize about that too. Like, the thought of leaving home, but not having the courage to do it, which is scary, especially if you don't have anything in no support system. It's scary, especially in a world like our real world. So just fantasizing that someone would just help you and take you away and all your problems will be gone is, you know, fantasy. Families can be strict, you know. Mine were overly so. That's why I'm out on my own now. My own life, my own rules, my own journey. Who would want that? What does that entail? Exploring the country, traveling from town to town, listening to the news. His voice became hushed as he looked around the kitchen before continuing. Can you keep a secret? Depends. Is it a they'll throw you in jail kind of secret? You really think I'm a criminal, don't you? I don't know, stranger. What's the secret? He leaned in closer. His eyes narrowed. I hadn't been nervous before, but I swallowed hard at this. I'm hunting down a cult. Hunting? A cult? Oh, you are listening. That's right. I'm chasing down the cult and its members. I think the plan is something dangerous, and I don't want that to happen. Right now, I'm looking for more info on what exactly they have planned. You think they're doing something dangerous? And where did you get that information from? But let's just say I overheard it at the previous place I was staying at. Something really heinous, and I want to find out more. Even if they weren't, it's a cult. Cults shouldn't exist. His words barely registered for me at the time. I'd heard words like cults before, but I didn't have a solid grasp on it. But to say something shouldn't exist, that was hard to wrap around my head. That was hard to wrap my head around. Who gets to decide what shouldn't exist? Why? He paused for a moment, just to stare at me. Just that his words were hard for me to understand. Mine must have been equally hard for him. Because they're a cult. Do you know what the term means? Do you know what it means? Of course. What is it then? I'm an adult, you know. You are? A cult is just some place for stupid people to get brainwashed. They're not stupid. Well, I wouldn't say stupid. Maybe some of them are. But cults, they target very vulnerable people. And then, if they have kids while in the cult, of course, the kids grow up thinking like that. If they already had a kid, they have to indoctrinate the kid, especially depending on how old they are. I remember I listened to this video about a guy talking about his experience in a cult that he lived through because they targeted his very vulnerable mom, and then in some way, and then they isolated her, had her move out to where the cult was living, which is like very, very isolated, and he was old enough to know that it was weird and are obviously old enough to know and not get indoctrinated into the cult. But it definitely very much traumatized him a lot. And I'm glad that he, is not there anymore. I don't remember what the video was called. It's probably been a year or two since I sat down to listen to it. 'Cause I think I was listening to it while doing something. But it's just very interesting how these people recruit people into their cults, and it's you would think there's no way I would fall for that, but it's sometimes they're smart people, and bro, it's wild, but I think they really do target vulnerable people and people they think are easy targets to isolate and indoctrinate into their cult and beliefs. Yeah, cults, not so good. Too long to read cults, not so good. He said, okay, he said it so quietly, so precisely. I can still remember his exact cadence even now. It sent a shiver through me. Yeah, see? Exactly what I said! They're not stupid. They're just vulnerable. Oh, hold on. I'm getting a call from my roommate. I will be turning BRB.
Okay.
Oh! No! What the fuck? Okay, well, we gotta set up there.
Gary, I'm sorry I
neglected you. Oh, I never expected.
Hello, you're
ruining
destroying our
us.
party. To run away and leave me
Feeling this empty. Your meow right now would sound like music to me. Oh my god! No! Please. Alright, my roommate finished a little early. But let's try to finish this backstory first. But yeah, exactly what I said. They're not stupid, they're just vulnerable. They're gullible, they're in precarious positions, and they have no outside assistance. Yeah, they target vulnerable people who are easy targets to, be like, hey, if you got no one around, we're here to support you. They're being taken advantage of. I couldn't find any words to respond with. Instead, I just mumbled something and scratched my neck. People don't join cults because they don't know better. They join cults because they need support, and the group makes them think that they'll get help they need, whether it's emotional, physical, financial, or all of the above. Yes, speak your truth. The cult provides the support to anyone willing to throw away their old life and start anew. But once you get in, you can't just walk out. No. Once you get in, they're not gonna let you leave. And you think that needs to be destroyed? Yes, because it's all a lie. They're not there to help you. The cult isn't there to help people. It's to help their own agenda. Yeah. Cults are not formed to be a public service. They're formed by egomaniacs to satiate their needs of wanting control and status. Yep. All they care about is themselves, and they'll do anything to maintain that power, lauding it over the members. Yep. You know an awful lot about this. I thought all adults knew what a cult was. He leaned back against the wall, folding his arms. I guess you don't have many people like that coming through the small town. Must be nice, living so peacefully. Peaceful? You mean boring? But peaceful can be boring. And I know a lot of people want adventurous lives, but man, adventurous lives come with trouble and drama and all that stuff. Customers coming day in and day out. All I do is take their orders and do cleaning and repeat that every single day. Sounds like bliss. If it sounds so good, then do it yourself instead of running around. Can't. Who else is willing to dismantle an entire cult? The constables? He gave me a look, like my suggestion was a joke. Nobody else sees him as a threat, and the people that do are all too scared of retaliation, so it's up to little old me. And that's why you were starving to death? Thank you for saving me, really. Will your parents be okay with it? Don't worry about it. He didn't pry. Then, you wouldn't happen to also have a bed or blanket for me to sleep on for one night, would you? Depends. I don't help strangers. My name is Cyrus. It's nice to meet you. I'm Hazel. Whoa! That makes the end of chapter 3. Perfect. Perfect timing. Perfect. Okay, let me save. I really like the game. Let me snooze. I really do enjoy the story so far. I want to see what Aster's MO is, right? I have my own few theories. I think that yes, he definitely knows more than what he's letting on. I'm thinking maybe, I don't know how this could be possible, but he's like a stalker, and somehow he made himself look with Cyrus to get to us, to date him. Oh my god, my roommate. Hold on. Okay, I had to end it quick because I gotta go pick her up. But yes, that somehow that Aster made himself look like Cyrus because Cyrus has been in love with us for a while and has done his research on our guild members and stuff, and has stalked us, but that's to be more yandery. I don't think he's to be yandery though. But stalker? Maybe? But that doesn't really totally explain how he would look like Cyrus. Magic? I don't know. But probably not. I feel like maybe they'd be able to sense that. I do like the reincarnation thing though. I think that's an interesting take on it. Especially if he went back to oh my god, my stomach. My tummy. My tummy. This is why I don't eat a lot. The reincarnation thing, especially if he betrayed us. But I also feel like he didn't betray us. Maybe he's like, oh, if I come back to you, you will not hurt my friends. I feel like maybe that's also what happened too, right? But I don't know. But I really do like the reincarnation theory they have in the game. There are 2 endings though, so there has to be a bad and a good ending. So I'm curious as to what route I'm on right now. But yes, this will be the end of it. I gotta go pick up my roommate now. um. Is anyone on? To. Um. Oh, Carrot's is still on. He's playing Muse Dash. Let's raid him. Oh, sorry. But yes. I will see you guys tomorrow. I am drawing art. I will be finishing Hanao's reference, 2 different outfits, and then maybe I can start on another character's outfit or reference. But yes, I will see you guys tomorrow. If Carrot is streaming Cursed Companions, then I will see you guys over on his channel while we play in a bit. But I hope everyone had a good night. I hope everyone's enjoying the story so far. I can't wait to continue. Probably won't be till next week. But yes. I have to go. I have to go. Bye. See you guys maybe later, but definitely tomorrow. Bye.